Hi, I'm so glad that all of you could join me today for the 26-27 school year parent meeting. I'm Kinsey Daniels. I am the athletic director. We're going to go over some important things that you, us as a school, and the players need to know before our seasons begin. So, let's get going. So, today we're going to talk about and we're going to highlight these things listed. So, we're going to talk about the risks of participating in athletics and activities. We're going to talk about the purpose of parents and guardians understanding what the athletes go through, some of their responsibilities, the benefits of participation for students, the physical, the emotional, and mental risks, how students can reduce these risks, and parents and student responsibilities within these sports. So, the main purpose of this meeting is to promote safe participation while recognizing the benefits of athletics and activities. So, first, the benefits of participation. Physical fitness is a huge benefit of participation. In all sports, you are conditioning, you may be lifting weights, cardio, things among those sorts that are good for your physical fitness. Sports are going to work on teamwork, working together as one, leadership. Some students will step into those leadership roles, other students will see the others taking those leadership roles and learn from them. Time management, this is huge as a student athlete. Of course, you are a student before you are an athlete. You have to learn how to manage your time with schoolwork and how to manage your time with getting better in your athletics. It's going to give you a lot of confidence and it promotes that school involvement. There are some physical risks to athletics and activities, small things such as sprains or strains. We can even get to fractures of your bones from accidents, um, concussions that happens to your head and head energy, a heat related illness. Those will happen typically with outside sports or overuse injuries. All of these are possible risks, and we need to make sure that we're paying attention for those in our athletes. There are also mental and emotional risks. So there's stress and anxiety within players. Sometimes they can stress about their performance, or maybe they're stressing about not getting enough playing time, or maybe they have anxiety about an upcoming game. There's also risk of burnout. So if kids really overdo it the first few years of high school, they can be burnt out by the end, and some may even not finish out throughout their high school careers. Another risk is balancing sports and academics. So again, balancing sports, you are a student athlete, so academics and sports, you have to learn how to manage your time in both of those and excel in both of those. How schools can reduce the risk or help reduce the risk. So coaches, for one, all of our coaches within our buildings, they go through certifications. We have meetings. We have questions that I, as the athletic director, will send out throughout the year. They also have to take tests before their season begins, actually before the school year begins. That goes over the rules. It goes over illnesses. It goes over heat prevention. It goes through just things that are going to protect our players. Forms and plans. So each player will have a physical from a doctor. We also have emergency action plans in case concussions or heat illness injuries occur. And then equipment and protocols. So we always have proper equipment. As a district, we do have equipment rotation. So every about 3 years, different sports will get different equipment. So we'll help with that. We do have concussion protocols that is set through MISHA, our state. We also have heat protocols, which is also set through our state. So, you as parents, what are some responsibilities? You need to make sure that your athletes are healthy enough to participate. So, this goes on to number two. We need to encourage hydration. This can be electrolytes and water. A mix is good. Nutrition. We need to make sure our athletes are eating all three meals, eating some snacks, getting your protein in, getting your carbs in so you're getting that energy, protein so you're building that muscle, staying healthy. You need to make sure that we're reporting injuries honestly. So if your student comes home, your athlete comes home and complaining about a headache, they hit their head off the floor. Maybe the coach wasn't aware of that. Maybe they didn't tell anybody what happened. That needs to be reported honestly and immediately. And also just support that good sportsmanship with your student athletes. So some are student responsibilities. So they need to make sure they're following coach's instruction. We have team rules that we go over at the beginning of the year. They need to make sure they're following them. They need to make sure they're reporting injuries and symptoms immediately. They're going to wear the required safety gear, and they're always going to practice good sportsmanship. So Benjamin Franklin once said, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Just talking about safety, it's really important. So some key takeaways. Athletics provide tremendous takeaways, whether this be skills that you can use in sports or things you can use in your daily life. Sportsmanship, respect, time management, all these things can be used in your student athletes' daily lives. Risks cannot be eliminated, but they can be minimized by things that we do. We can control some of those things. And parents, athletes, schools, and coaches, we all share responsibility for student safety. Thank you so much for your time. If you have any questions, here's my email and here's my phone number. Feel free to email me with any questions that you have, concerns, or maybe suggestions. Thank you so much for your time.